Morning, DSP mechanic here. I'm tired this morning, very tired, but I thought I'd show you this delica as usual deli stuff. We got a bit of rot now. Decision making process of how far we go to cut this and how much we replace. I don't want to hear none of this scrap it, it's not worth doing, who'd repair that, because if you say stuff like that, you're just a tosser and you've got no idea. The whole reason it's being repaired is because the owner wants it repaired, and it's a cracking bus, it really is. But they rot. It's a near 30-year-old Japanese bus, so yes, they rot, they do. It's one of them things, it's life. But how far we cut it and what do we do? How far do we go? So let's have a look. So yeah, she's had previous repairs before. Now we know this is ripped off, which is the reason we're doing it. But how far are we going to cut this? Let's have a look together, shall we? So we can see we've got previous repair there. And looking up the inside edge, I don't know if that comes across. Probably if I do that. See, she's got a hole up the inside. Right. Then we look further back. She's got a blister there. Previous repair there. Which, yeah, I mean, the welding ain't the neatest. I think I've done that one, actually. Looking at that. But, yeah. And the tail section is rough. So what I'm probably going to do, I'm just going to cut that straight across there. And I'm going to chop him out from probably there all the way across. Right. Ooh, got me torch. All the way across to the front there. And we'll just chop the front face out first. Obviously, I've got to take shock absorber off. I've got to take spring gate. I've got to support the rear axle. But we'll chop the front face off and probably the bottom, because while you've got the front off, you may as well get the bottom. And then we'll see what the inside's like. And see, because you can actually see the three layers there. You've got inner, that comes to about there. Outer comes, oh sorry, you can't see my finger. That's the inner section, that's the main chassis rail, that's this one. So that comes down to that sort of line there. Then you've got this one that comes over the top of it, comes down to about there-ish. And then you've got the lower that carries the suspension. So you've got to get this front face out to see what that inner's like. Because I almost guarantee that inner's going to have some rot. But I might do a separate video, or I might edit it in. I've not decided yet. It depends how I'm feeling. It's probably going to be a second video because I'm tired. But yeah, I'm going to start stripping this and I'll see you in a bit. Right, me again. You have to forgive me, I'm not very good at this whole editing thing yet. I'll get better as time goes on. But I've seen a few of these where people have welded a plate in, welded to the spring mount, welded to the spring mount and then on. But this is why you should always take them out, look, because you see, all that's what's holding the spring in. Alright, the actual chassis bit around it ain't too bad, but the back support's gone. See it up there? So, yeah, that's all going to have to be cut out and replaced. Not a big deal, but it shows why you should always remove a spring cup when doing these rear chassis legs. So, catch you in a bit for part 3. Right, so we're back again. Now you can see what I was saying a bit better now. We've got the front face out. I don't actually think this was one of my repairs, looking at it, because I normally weld the inside edge on the back from this side. So I think that's a previous repair. And I normally replace that shitty little thing with a nice solid piece of steel and welded at the top as well. So I don't think that was one of mine, but inner chassis leg doesn't look too bad. I think that'll clean up. But we can see the aftermath of where the anti-roll bar link has ripped out. It's obviously been battering up and down for quite some time. So that's all got to be cut out. It'll all be cleaned out. Probably I'm going to end up replacing that entire back edge. But yeah, the excavation continues. Right, I'll show you where we're at. We've cut back to there now. Got a bit to do on there, it's not a big deal. Gonna clean up in there, that should go. I don't know, I am gonna have to go back too much more there. top edge didn't look too bad until you get to there and it's crispy, but if you look at that join up there, so it's actually going to work out easier to chop up a bit more, go through that inner, and then repair that outer on the other side, because to get it from the inside is an absolute nightmare. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Watch this space. Back again. Right, we can see it's escalated slightly now, but we're starting to head towards good steel. It's hard to find with a deli, but it is in there. I've got to go a bit more on that. I know that. I'm going to lop him up to about there, I think, and that should take me past any blistering, like what's inside, where it's swole up. Obviously, that's all got to be replaced, and I'm going to come back to about there. All that in there's surface, but the top of there, as we can see, bit of surface, but she'll take a quick wire brush and we'll catch that. So yeah, I mean, he's only really swole to about where my thumb is. You can see the swelling actually, see where it's cracked. So if I come up to about there, and then I'll weld a piece in to come down, then I'll weld another piece in, then we'll get this bottom edge back in across there, then we'll close that up on the front of there, and then we'll build the back edge. Well, we've already got the back edge coming down, but we'll close that bottom edge, and then we'll get that bottom edge in there, across there. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Doesn't look like it half the time, but I know what I'm doing. So yeah, I'll be back. Terrible of impression Ivani, I know, but I'll be back. Okay, yeah, things have grown again, but we're getting there. We're getting to good metal now. You can see there, see how it had ballooned up, so I've had to cut up to there to get good metal, because there's no point trying to weld to that. I mean, you'd probably get the metal to stick, but it wouldn't stay for very long. So I'm hoping that that there drops off. Looks like it does, that looks good up there. So we're gonna continue. I'm probably gonna drop back down there and come back straighter than that. Come back across there like that. But we've got to get rid of this first, get rid of that inner there. And then I'm going to start tying some metal back in there. And I'm probably going to rebuild that first, get that nice and straight. So chop him out, rebuild that. And then I'm going to get a piece in from there. You can see that's good metal there. So it is just surface. So we're going to hit that with a bit of rust protector, best we can. But it's good metal. We're going to clean all this up all the way along. And I'm going to get a piece tied back in to get the strength back. But before I do that, I've got to build that, because that's going to have to be cut back up to there. Put a whole piece in there. Get rid of that front, because we don't need that. In fact, there you go. Get rid of that bit. Get rid of that bit, because we don't need them where we're going. The reason they're coming off so easy is because I've cut them. So don't worry about that. That looks good. That'll clean up. That'll go. So it's just back edge, bottom edge. Jobs are good, and then we can start getting some metal back in him. Yay, fun. See a bit. Right then, we've made a mess, a big mess, but that's nothing new. But we've got some metal going back in. So we cleaned up as much as we need to on the back. I mean, there's no point going crazy. And then we've got this piece made, all one piece. It's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be, because it can be adjusted and it can be tweaked and gaps can be filled and whatever. But there you go. That'll go back in there. That'll be nice and strong then. Then once that's all stitched in, then we come across from there all the way across back to level with there, and that comes back in one piece. And then we bring out our inner there, bring another piece down there, then we rebuild the bottom layer, and jobs are good. I know I'm making it sound easy, it's not. And obviously we've got uprights to go in there, inside. That's no bother. Hey, just gotta have faith, gotta trust the process. Yeah, process, yeah. Okay, I've got a couple of adjustments to make, but nothing major. I'm happy with so far. See you in a bit. Well, back again, about 6 hours into the job now. A quick cup of tea. I'll just show you where we are. I don't think we're doing too bad. We've got back piece in, got the rear spring support in, inner section in. We're going to trim him down a little bit there, but I might not actually. I might just do a bit of an overlap. But yeah, she's cracking on. Obviously, upper part up there has all been treated, red oxide. I'm going to spray some red oxide in there, let it settle. Because, a fun fact, if you don't let it settle, and then you try and weld, it goes poof, and then you get like flames and sparkly bits. It's quite fun. Don't do it. Yeah. So, I want to crack on. I don't think I'm going to get it finished today. But we're going to have it a long way further along, and it's a damn sight stronger than it used to be. See you in a bit. There we go. A couple of hours later, and we're still at it. We're still plugged it on. But, yeah, she's looking solid now. Let me get me solidness measurement tool. Yeah, I think she's good to go. Couldn't do that before, you'd have ended up doing that. You would have just gone, yes, I'm in a hole. So, yeah, oh, don't worry, I've got to do that as well. I'm not just going to beat holes in it for the sake of beating holes in it. Yeah, coming on. Now, next job now, is we're going to make this bottom bit that goes across. But in making that bottom bit, I've got to measure where the 2 holes are for the spring cup and the 2 holes for the anti-roll bar mounts. So I've got to get them bolts off there as well, which I'm probably just going to cut off. I ain't even going to bother trying to undo them. And then when we've got that bottom edge in, then we'll do an upright there, an upright there. I personally like to put an upright, see where this bump stop is? I like to put one about there, because it stops it, if it ever does hit the bump stop, hit the chassis leg, it stops it bending in. And then I'll probably put another bracer there. But yeah, coming along. I don't think I'm going to get it done in one day, mind, which I was hoping to. But at least it's getting done. And then all that top bit, that's all going to be seam sealed. All the way around the edge is going to be seam sealed, just in case there's a pinhole. I don't think there is, but just in case there is. So, yeah, watch this space. Right then. I know I said right then, I'm pretty much every segue of this, haven't I? There we go. Yeah, we're getting there. I'm just about to close this up, but I thought I'd show you first. Where's my piece? So, we've got me uprights in, as I said. Gotta be careful because it's still bloody hot. So, we're gonna have that piece there. I've got to tweak it a little bit, but that'll close that up. And then that'll be pretty much job done. Yay. Anyway, crack on. We have a chassis leg. Alright, welding's not the prettiest, never claim it to be. I tell you what, I can't wait to hear what all the Facebook and TikTok and YouTube experts have to say about my welding. Because you always get someone. But it's strong. That's all I care about. No, I'm not going to blinish it back. No, I'm not going to clean it up. That's all I'm bothered about. So, I'm going to get that spring back in. I'm going to drop it back on its wheels so we can pack up for tonight. And then I'm going to do that and that tomorrow. And it's all going to have a good coat of seam seal around the edges and then a good coat of wax seal. And she'll live again. So, I hope you've watched all the way through. Thank you if you have. I know it's been a bit of a long one, this one, but give us a like, give us a share, give us a follow, drop us a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. See you later.